Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. You heard it here first. We've got a return of the hairy Jaclyn Cosmetics products. A fan of Jaclyn's and YouTuber April Butcher had made a video review on Jaclyn's new palette on both her Instagram and YouTube channel, and as soon as she opened the palette, she noticed a couple of things: hairs and staining.
So I decided to put my iPhone camera on and take pictures of each section to get a really good picture, right? To really get it in detail. And when I took pictures, I don't take pictures like this because you can see a shadow. I stand my pictures up like this. So I noticed down here on this color, right here, there's a little staining on the outside. And I was like, okay. But right here, y'all see that? I don't know what that is, but it looks suspicious. And I just opened up this palette. You guys saw me just open up this palette, and I'm confused as to why this palette looks like this. I took a picture, and when I took the picture and it snapped, that's when I saw it. So I don't know what that is. You tell me. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? So I'm on my way to work. I don't plan on staying long. I'm probably gonna leave shortly after I get there because after last night I'm kind of over it, and I need to go and return this Jaclyn Hill palette. But it amazes me how ignorant people are to influencers and how people support nonsense. And you know, some people are like, oh my gosh, she's a nice lady. Like, why are you guys trying to ruin her? And I'm like, girl, I'm not trying to ruin anything. She's ruining herself by not being a savvy business owner. Like, this is business. A lot of us spend money on makeup. And like in my instance, I drove like 30 minutes to go pick up this palette. And now I got to drive 30 minutes back to return it. Ain't nobody refunded my gas.
Saucy. What are your thoughts on this tiny little piece of white fibre or hair within the makeup shade? Do you think it's just a one-off mistake on this palette? Or do you think this will be in a lot of Jaclyn's palettes? Bear in mind, as much as Jaclyn likes to defend herself, her palettes were sitting in the Morphe factory for a year, unused. What are your thoughts on what this white hair could be? Let me know in the comments. In more news, Nikki Tutorials recently responded to a fan who had accused her of lying about being sponsored in her video that she did about Jaclyn's new Volume 2 Morphe palette. Nikki had responded, if Morphe paid me for the video, I would have disclosed. My video was not sponsored. The fan had replied, good to know. Did Morphe ask you to make one? No, they have not. So the review overall on Nikki's channel was very positive overall. She did address a couple of things wrong with the palette, but Jaclyn was extremely happy with Nikki's review on her palette to the point where she cried on her Instagram story.
I was starting to get emotional. I'm like, you can't cry, you did your makeup, what are you doing? Like, you have to leave the house. But I got emotional just over how much she enjoyed the palette.
So I guess it just didn't stop there for Nikki. People kept speculating and rumours were still circulating that she was in fact sponsored. So in Nikki's latest video on her channel, she actually thoroughly addressed the drama.
Do you really think that in the long haul that I want you guys to not trust me? I've been through a lot in just a couple of months, and you really think that I would want to damage trust between us?
So I think people might have been confused about whether or not Nikki was being sponsored to do the video for two different reasons. One being it was a very positive review overall, and Jaclyn has had a controversial history in the past with releasing products, as we all know. And then the other thing is that in Nikki's description there's a Morphe discount code, so people are like, oh no, she's making money off promoting Jaclyn's palette. She probably got paid too on top of that. So no, Nikki cleared up the rumours, she was not sponsored. In more news, Logan Paul and Mojo faked an alleged relationship in front of paparazzi for the views. Clout chasers. I don't know why people are so surprised. I mean, I had already predicted something like this was going to happen. So there was a huge media frenzy yesterday because the paparazzi had snapshots of Tanner and Logan going out for lunch in LA. Tanner was seen feeding Logan his coffee, and Logan was seen kissing Tanner's head. They did a great job of pretending that they were into each other, and it really makes you question a lot of these alleged real relationships that you see on social media, because the whole internet was having a meltdown. Even Jake Paul had a meltdown. It's definitely not unusual for Logan Paul, the brother of Jake, to be seen with his younger brother's ex-girlfriends. Throwback to when Logan Paul got with Alyssa Violet, after Jake Paul had cheated on her 120 times and just treated her like overall. Logan had swept Alyssa away off her feet, and Alyssa was loving their revenge. On Twitter, fans were really divided over whether the two were really dating or not. It was only in January this year that Tanner had announced that she and Jake would be taking a break from their marriage only 6 months after their $500,000 Vegas wedding. That wedding was controversial enough as it was, and many fans believed that it was a publicity stunt itself. Tanner had tweeted on January the 3rd, "Okay, I really don't know how to do a 'we're taking a break' post, and this is weird as I'm happy to still be able to sit with Jake and laugh as we do this, but for right now we are both taking a break to focus on our own very crazy lives. I'll never know what the future holds, and I will always love Jake and everything we did. I'm grateful to know throughout this, I've made a best friend for life and found someone to do life with when no one understood me. Here's to 2020, working on us, and my new Lamborghini since I get half of everything. No need for crazy speculations, this is coming from a place of nothing but love. I love you, Jakey. Thank you for this past year." So then literally a month later, Tanner and Logan Paul decided that it would be a good idea to prank Jake and the public into thinking that they were dating. Sloppy seconds. Tanner obviously went along for the ride, happily enough to be in on the prank, because Jake had actually been seeing one of his ex-girlfriends, Erica Costell, right after Tanner and Jake had gotten married. So Logan Paul had posted a video the following day to YouTube titled, "Dating my brother's ex-wife." Needless to say, Jake was not happy at all about them dating, and had messaged Logan stating, "Like, I saw it in your eyes today, and I know the look, and it's the look deep down in your eyes that the old Logan had, and it's like I will do even anything for content regardless of who or what it affects." Logan and Jake eventually met up and everything was exposed. Lots of fans were saying that this was such a dumb prank and that Logan's earnings must be down on YouTube to have to reach this hard for clout. What are your thoughts on their fake relationship? Let me know in the comments. In more news, a beauty Instagrammer who goes by the name of Maria MUA recently exposed some really scary news that Nicole Concilio was horrified to hear. Diana had tweeted, "I can't believe that by law now, we have to disclose products gifted in PR as an ad. What an absolute load of shit, considering so many people don't have the decency to disclose an actual blatant ad. I hate it because it's going to make people think we're all a bunch of sellouts." Nicole Concilio had responded, "Wait, is this a new thing? WTF? So I need to be hashtagging gifted?" Another makeup guru had said, "That's why I write ad to every post, and I bought it all by myself, but it's ad. Yes, you're from Germany. It's really crazy there." Another influencer had said, "That's absolutely ridiculous because I buy makeup and get sent it, so how on earth am I supposed to remember what I've been sent over 4 years? Yep, that's why people from some countries where this law has been in place for a while now just write ad in their language under every post to cover their and only write it in English when it's an actual ad." Someone had responded, "What happens if you don't? You get sued. It's the law. People in Germany have been reported by the public and been sued for thousands of euros because they didn't disclose something that they hadn't even been gifted or paid to advertise. It was her own Balenciaga top, but in Germany you have to disclose everything." Diana had also responded to Nicole Concilio by saying, "I don't know what the influencer laws are in the US. It's worth you checking and staying updated. Most countries where social media advertisement is big have changed the laws on online advertisement, so it's likely to change there too." Another influencer had said, "What if you were really new to all this and didn't know? Like, that's crazy strict. You'll get sued by someone or you get caught. You can argue your case, but because social media is so huge and a huge advertising platform, it's your responsibility as an advertiser to know the laws and regulations prior to doing so." So they probably would say that to you. So now everyone is going to look like sellouts, and I think this law is definitely big in Germany and the UK, so I hear. Not sure about the US, but there will most likely be repercussions in the future if beauty influencers don't write hashtag ad when they talk about their free PR. What are your thoughts on all this drama? Let me know in the comments. That's all for this investigation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. My social media will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.